next here, we got Mike Breeden taking on Anshul Jubli. And Anshul Jubli is undefeated. He's 7-0. He's an Indian fighter, so you know that's a huge market. There are billions of people in that country, and there's not really been a guy. I guess Arjan Buller back in the day was able to kind of break into that market a little bit, but he kind of didn't pan out in the UFC. So Jubli, they're giving him a kind of a 0-3 fighter here, so they're definitely trying to get him the win. Mike Breeden, he just got knocked out recently against Terrence McKinney on August 8th, but it was a body shot knockout. It wasn't necessarily that much head damage, so I don't think it's going to affect him too much, but I'm sure he's just happy to have gotten the call to come back for another UFC fight, and this is probably Breeden's last chance at a UFC win. He's gotten finished 2 out of his 3 appearances in the UFC in the first round, so definitely has to go in here and show a good fight. But Anshul Jubli, he is like a technical brawler. He's athletic, powerful. His speed is good, I would say, and he'll throw some clean jabs, some straight punches, some body shots. And the body punches are something I think could be a big factor in this fight. He mixes in some tight hooks, and I think we've seen Breeden get hurt to the body just recently, so that's a very, in my opinion, smart thing for Jubli to do is go back to those body shots. But one thing about Jubli is defensively, he needs to improve. He starts a little bit stiff. He has limited head movement early in fights. It seems like he will pick it up a little bit later on with his defense, but if you watch his fight on the Road to UFC tournament against Kim, he got hit with a lot of shots, and he has a good chin. He has to be the more durable fighter here with Breeden against him. But you don't want to see a guy taking a lot of damage or getting hit with a lot of shots. And Breeden is a decent striker with his forward pressure, so Jubli just needs to shapen that up a little bit as he continues to progress in terms of UFC competition. But cardio-wise, Jubli has excellent cardio. He pushes the pace. I feel like he is a fairly impressive prospect. His last fight, he fought a fighter with bad wrestling and grappling. He was significantly smaller than him, and he showed good control on top. He finished in the second round with ground and pound, so he showed good fight IQ to bring that fight to the ground because he was facing a guy with good kicks, and I feel like Jubli has a little bit of issues with kicking defense, and he made the fight easy for himself. In this fight, I think it's probably going to be more of a war. I don't think he's going to look to wrestle as much, but Mike Breeden, I feel like he isn't a terrible fighter. He has good pressure. He cuts the cage off. He throws some nice feints. He has some crisp, straight punches. He'll attack the body, too. And he also rips some heavy hooks, and he throws in combination. He has pretty fast hands. He has decent overall boxing, I would say, for sure. And dangerous knees. He has 2 knockouts with knees. He has bad wrestling defense, though. Although his get-ups are good, he can be held down as fights go on. And when he can get into the fight, he becomes kind of difficult to beat. He's kind of a rhythm fighter. In 3 of his 6 losses, he's been knocked out in less than a minute and 30 seconds. So definitely a slow starter. And him just getting finished with body shots just 2 months ago does worry me a little bit. But Breeden, when he's at his best, is pressuring, using his boxing, his cardio to win a dogfight. And he does take damage to give damage. But obviously, sometimes it doesn't work out like that, and he can get finished. Like, look at that right there, 12.96 significant strikes absorbed per minute. And I will say, fighting guys like Alexander Hernandez and Terrence McKinney, where they take you out super quick, and those guys are kind of the guys that do that to certain people, that can kind of inflate that, but still, that's terrible, man. But I expect Jubli to go out here, maybe try to establish the wrestling early, but more use that to open up his hands, attack the body. And I think Breeden, because he's more durable to the head, attacking the body is going to definitely be the way to go. And I think he can end up finishing Breeden in this fight via TKO. So I think Jubli is going to win via second round KO TKO here.